The Conjuring universe has been our gateway to terror for over a decade. But does Last Rites deliver a spine-chilling finale, or does it falter in its final act? Let us dive into the darkness for this final movie review. I'm Jay from Unscripted, and I'm doing a review for The Conjuring: The Last Rites. I will tell you a brief history of my experience with the Conjuring universe, and then I will dive into the review. Let's begin. So, I had never really watched horror movies up until 2017. I just thought I was a scaredy cat. I didn't think that the horror genre was something that would appeal to me. And all of it looked creepy, and I wasn't into that kind of stuff. So, I never watched anything. Well, because of someone that I had been friends with briefly back in 2017, they wanted to go see The Nun. And at that point, I'd never seen any of the Conjuring movies. So I went and saw that movie, faced my fear of going to horror films. And while that movie was not good, it finally made me realize I think I might like horror films now. So after I saw that movie, over the next month and a half or so, or maybe not even a month and a half, I watched every single Conjuring movie and Annabelle movie that was out at the time. So I watched The Conjuring, The Conjuring 2, Annabelle, and then Annabelle Creation. And Annabelle 1 sucked. The Conjuring was fantastic, and I thought, now I could be wrong, or at least, it's my opinion. I thought The Conjuring 2 was better. And maybe that's because I'd already seen The Nun, so I was like, this was not good, but I liked the introduction to the character, The Nun. So that's kind of where my introduction began with all of those. Also, Annabelle Creation, fantastic. If you haven't watched it because the first one was not good for you, do watch it. It is fantastic. It's probably one of the top 3 of the Conjuring universe movies for me. And then you know what? I was wrong. It all began in 2018. Fact check me if you do watch this. It's either 2017 or 2018 when The Nun came out. I'm not 100% certain. But watching that one movie caused me to dive into a lot of horror movies that I had never watched before. So thank you, The Nun. That is the one positive that one gave me. 3.5 minutes in. Ooh. And then I want to say 2019 was when not the Conjuring, Annabelle 3 came out. Annabelle Comes Home. It was all right. I didn't love it. I could have gone without it. And then there was that really shitty spinoff that wasn't really connected to the Conjuring universe, but then they marketed it that way, and it didn't help it at all. The Curse of La Llorona, garbage film. I almost walked out of that. And then COVID happened. We were supposed to get Conjuring 3, but then COVID happened, and I think it got delayed from 2020 to 2021. The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It. And it didn't do that great because it was, I think, same day and date release with HBO Max, because they were doing that like hybrid thing. And don't get me wrong, I did like parts of it. But the one thing this pointed it out to me when I watched the newest Conjuring, that it made it even clearer to me, was that the reason I didn't like the third one like at all is because, there's just so many like courtroom scenes, and then there's, dealing with that. And the fact of the matter that a cultist or a Satanist curses the family with the possession, but she's the one doing all of the possession and stuff because she's trying to get the souls for like a demon or something. And you don't find that out until like the last second. I don't go to watch a Conjuring movie because of a person being the villain. I go to watch a movie about possessions and, a demon either possessing people or forcing spirits that have already long been dead to haunt the living. And that's what they have to figure out and, banish the demon. That's what I loved about the new one, which came out in beginning of September. It's the final film. I don't think they'll make another one, given the way they ended it and everything. I'm really glad this one got made, though. I had a feeling that they weren't going to make another one after the story ended with the third one. And I'm glad that they didn't, because I would have hated for that one to be the send-off for this universe. Because I doubt they're going to make anything more anytime soon. But this one, I really enjoyed it. I saw it in IMAX. It was fun. It was scary at times. I did jump at least once, and I liked the story. And I'll be honest with you, this doesn't happen in any horror film I've ever seen because I don't get emotionally attached enough for that to work with these characters in most horror films. But the ending of this movie made me tear up and it felt good. That's the other thing is like the Conjuring movies are supposed to, like, they make you feel good even when you're terrified because there are those moments where it's like character moments where you're like, oh, that's awesome. Or, you really feel them as a family. Now, I do have to address something. Obviously, I feel like I've addressed it at least once in one of my older videos, but that's probably been so long ago that no one's watched it or that I even remember of it. I understand that I don't fully believe everything that happened with the Warrens because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of controversy surrounding their actual cases. Basically, it was like, okay, here's what we're going to do. They're going to have that as the real life stuff, and I'm going to treat this as if these are a fictionalized version of these characters. So that way, I can separate the art from the artists of it. And there's much worse people out there than people who just scam. That's not something crazy. But yeah, I'm probably going to give this movie a solid 8 out of 10 jump scares. Let me know if you've seen the movie and if you think that it was a good send-off or if maybe you had some issues with it that I didn't cover. Don't forget to like the video and make sure to subscribe as I will continue to be posting this week and hopefully figure out what kind of schedule I'm going to make for posting videos on this channel from this point forward. But until next time, guys, it's been your boy Jay. Peace.